Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Aveen and I'm a shamanic healer and a meditation teacher. Today I want to talk about energy therapy and about meditation and how meditation saved my life. Meditation can be very complicated or very simple. I feel that people overcomplicate it. I don't think it needs to be as complex as people make it. I think if you enjoy making it complex because maybe you're years and years of meditating and you want to try something different, you want to try something new, that's fine. But for most people that I meet, they maybe dabbled a little bit with meditation and tried it once or twice and just didn't feel that they could quiet their mind. They were like, I just can't, my mind is too restless, they say. So this is some advice if you're really wanting to get into the beautiful experience and practice of meditating on a daily basis, which I highly recommend. Like anything, it's about consistency. It's about being congruent, consistent, and making sure that it's not just something you do once and say, oh, well, that doesn't work. And it's not about something that works as well. I hear people say that a lot. Oh, that didn't work for me. Meditation isn't supposed to work for anything. Meditation is about getting back in touch with being. It's about experiencing your higher self through this physical vehicle and being open to reconnecting with yourself so that you're not living your life unconsciously, and that you're actually reconnecting, replugging in and tuning back in to the wholeness of who you are, to the God force or chi or prana or source or whatever name you want to give that beautiful one consciousness that we are all part of, whether we want to understand that or not. So the first thing I would say is you need to make a commitment to yourself, just like with exercise, just like with eating well, anything that's worth doing in life, we have to make a clear decision in our consciousness, in our energy, that we want to do this, that we want to partake in it. So make that clear decision with yourself. So make that commitment and then begin by setting time aside. So it depends. We're all very individual. Some of us are more morning people, some of us are more evening people, nighttime people. I've been meditating for years and years and years and years and years now, like since I was a child. So for me, I like to start off the day with meditation. My morning meditation is usually longer than my night meditation because usually by night I'm quite tired after having a full day. I'm quite tired and I just want to wind down. So 15 minutes a day really is all you need for the whole 24 hours. 15 little tiny minutes. And really, if you do that every day, try this for 30 days. Every day, 15 minutes, whether it's morning or night. Or if you really get into it, the light's just mad right now. It's coming through the blinds and it's hitting me in all mad ways. It's kind of cool though. I like the kind of arty, creative vibe it's creating, so that's okay. We always work with what we have. Always work with what you have. Otherwise you'll get nothing done. You won't, never look for perfection. There's just no such thing. Perfection is death. So back to meditation. So I would say if you're really getting into it and you can make the commitment, do 15 minutes in the morning and, 10 or 15 minutes at night. So set your alarm clock a little bit earlier. 15 minutes earlier than you need to actually get out of bed, or longer if you want, maybe 20 minutes in case you want to snooze a bit. I feel the best time for everyone, I find, this is what I've seen and I teach meditation, so I see people's results and I love hearing how people are getting on with meditation practice. It's best when you're in that quasi state of being alert and asleep. So you just woke up, you're kind of groggy, you're aware that a new day has begun. You set your intention that you want to have a wonderful day. You say thank you. The first thing I say in the morning is thank you for this day. You give thanks for what is happening and what's about to happen. So just have those 15 minutes lying in bed. Make sure that your spine is straight, like roll your shoulders back, make sure your spine isn't, you're not like all twisted and turned. Just lie flat on your back, tuck your chin in, relaxed. And if it can help to place your hands on your stomach so that when you're breathing in and out, that can kind of help you focus. Because for most people, it's the focusing. They say their mind wanders. When the mind wanders, you want to go back to the breath. So your breath is home. Your breath is everything. It's God. It's the energy that you want to follow when you want to refocus. And by just focusing on the breath, or also you can focus on a sound if it's a regular, consistent sound, like the tick-tock of a clock is good. And there's a clock out in my landing that has a nice strong tick-tock. So if my mind is wandering, if I'm a little bit more restless that day with my focus, I'll go back to my breath and I'll go back to the tick-tock of the clock. And that brings me back into the present moment. So you always start your meditation by being very present and being very still. You want quietness, you want silence. If there's someone in the bed next to you, you might want to say to them, look, in the morning I'll be meditating for 15 minutes, so I won't be talking. So just, sleep on or carry on. Just let me go into my present state of, into that lovely relaxed state that is required for meditation to happen. And you just go back to your breath. And you take deep, deep breaths. So as I said, you can complicate this if you want. There are wonderful, I teach breath exercises, there's Anapanasati, there's all different Ujjayi breath. There's all different types of wonderful breath exercises that we can incorporate to help us really get focused. And we want to really supercharge our day or supercharge our digestion, our energy, uplift our thoughts, release anxiety. There's lots of ways to do that. And I can show you that in videos as well. This is about getting started. People who are just beginning and really don't know how to actually just, release those crazy monkey mind thoughts. So go back into your breath and really take a nice big long deep breath. You want to exhale completely. You want to make sure that the lungs are completely empty. And the more that you can get into the exhale, you'll find that you'll have a better inhale. You will naturally, when we really exhale on a really strong, focused way, the lungs naturally want to replenish that oxygen, and it'll help you take a nice, big, deep inhale. And just for the beginners, just focus on that. Back to the breath, come home to the self, be present. Breathing in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And you can do that for a couple of minutes. And then when you feel that you've really relaxed and you've calmed everything down and your mind is less monkey mind, then you can close your mouth and you could just do it through the nose and just listen to your breath. When the thoughts come in, and they absolutely will, all you need to do is be aware that there's a thought. Okay, a thought is coming in. I'm thinking about the dishes. I'm thinking about work. I'm thinking about what I'm going to wear. Back to the breath. Just breathe the thought away. Breathe the thought away. Let the thought pass on by. So imagine that you're sitting at the side of a beautiful river. You're on the riverbank and the thoughts are like little petals, little leaves floating down the river stream, floating down the river. There's no need for you to jump in the river and attach to those leaves and those petals and pick them up and look at them, engage with them. That's what meditation is. There's still thoughts happening. There's still consciousness waving through you. But you're not attaching, you're not engaging, that you've become an active, conscious, aware observer. You're observing your thoughts, and that's the difference. When you're able to do that, you will feel an opening of the mind and you'll feel a clarity come in. And I promise you, you will start your day on an amazing high vibration, and you will never want to skip meditation when it becomes a beautiful, active part of your day. I say to people, meditating is like brushing your teeth. It should be one of the first things we do with our day, or at least one of the last things we do with our day. It's the same at night. You can lie out flat on your bed. You can get into bed. But do be aware that if you fall asleep, you're not meditating. Sleeping and meditating are two different things. And in my meditation classes, sometimes people do fall asleep, and that's fine, and we have a laugh about it. But just to be aware that, okay, that wasn't meditation, and try it again. Set your alarm clock, try it again. I do think there's this idea that it has to be all Zen-like and, somebody who's very obsessed with yoga and all that kind of stuff. It really doesn't. Meditation is a beautiful, simple, natural, organic thing for you to do. I highly recommend it if you can incorporate those. Just start off with those little 15 minutes. What happens is when you see the clarity and the benefits of it, when your mood feels better, when you've less anxiety, when you feel less depressed, when you're feeling energized and you feel excited about your day because you've got that high vibration from meditation, you'll find that you'll want to return and you'll want to go back into it. You'll want to do that every day. Just like if you didn't brush your teeth, you wouldn't feel so good. You say, I really want to brush my teeth because it's just a good daily practice, it's good hygiene. Well, this is good mood hygiene. It's meditation, I feel, is it's the foundation of everything else. So you get that right and everything else will flow. And you'll see on the days that you maybe don't have time to meditate, those days don't flow so well. They don't have the smoothness. They don't have the openness and energy that the days that you do meditate have. What else can I say for beginners? Don't give up. If you find your mind is just crazy and you keep forgetting to go back in the breath and you actually do jump in the river and play with the thoughts and play with those leaves that are meant to be floating on by, just take a deep breath and go back on the side of the riverbank and say, okay, I'm the observer again. Just keep practicing. Just be the observer. Be conscious of what's going through your thoughts. And a great way to do that is if you've got a really racing mind, and this is one of the best tips, slow the thoughts down. So actually see yourself, hear yourself, allowing gaps in your consciousness, allowing there to be spaces in your thoughts. That's a really, really powerful way to slow everything down and just feel everything slow down. Pull your energy out of the skull, out of your head and into your heart chakra, into the center of your chest. When we're present in that, when we go into the breath and we're really, really present in that, we can't have other crazy active thoughts. We have to be present with the meditation practice. So it's about really just go back to the breath, go home, be present, go back to yourself. Because you'll see that when you're focused on your breath, when you're focused on your breathing, you can't engage, you're not engaging with with the monkey mind. You're actually choosing to be present and you're choosing to be conscious and you're choosing to allow that clarity to come in. So I hope this was helpful. It would really help me if you give this video a thumbs up, and any questions you have about meditation practice, spirituality, being an uplifter, being a healer, please leave your questions in the comments below and I will do videos to answer those questions. Namaste.